Hello there guys and welcome, it is Niran here, and today it is time for me to welcome you back to yet another episode of our DiRT Rally career mode here on FNG Racing. And today we are finishing up the Rally Championship with the Mini Cooper. The Mini Cooper of dreams. We're leading the championship, we basically won the championship. Unfortunately, we did not win last time out in Finland. We came second after rolling the car and having various other incidents. We did still manage to come second though. Prepare for a lot more of that as we head into Sweden for the 6th and final round of the championship. I have done a lot of stages around Sweden in the past and I have never not rolled on one because the snowbanks are just OP. They suck you in and just roll you over, so expect a lot of crashes because I won't even be concentrating that much, but it doesn't particularly matter. We've already, I think, mathematically won the championship, so it literally means absolutely nothing whatsoever. So I suppose if you're wanting crashes, then this is probably the episode for you, because literally this is going to be madness. This is going to be absolute madness. So we're going to go ahead into the Open Championship 1960s edition, and as you can see, Aljon maybe, Aljon. Hope you guys though are enjoying this series here on this channel, and I'm going to try and make it a little bit more regular, I guess. I don't know, it depends if the interest is still there. If you guys still want this series to continue, then I guess drop it in the comments section below, because F1's coming soon, and maybe I'll switch my attention to that. If people aren't really that keen on this series, that's absolutely fine. You know, I'm making videos for you at the end of the day. I'm not making videos for myself. We're going into Sweden, stage number 1. It's going to be carnage, and I mean, I just prepare for an absolute horror story of a rally. And we are going to get underway now. We are underway in the Mini for what will probably only be described as an absolute shocker of a rally in general. And we've already clipped a bank on the inside. You see what I mean? As soon as you touch them, it just sucks you in. Nevertheless, at least we're not on snow on the actual stage. The actual stage is pretty tarmacy, sort of ice slushy type thing that you'd get at Monte Carlo, which is quite nice, I guess. And the next stage will be the same, because the next stage is this, but a slightly shorter version of this stage, so the conditions should be exactly the same. Obviously, now obviously in Sweden and Monte Carlo, you've got conditions where it might change a little bit. You might encounter snow or ice in certain positions. I'm not going to know that because, as we've discovered in this series, I do not have game sound on. I can't have it on with my TV. I mean, well, I can, but you'll hear it in the background, which is not, of course, ideal. So I will not know if we reach a difference in conditions when it comes to maybe a very slippery ice section or a less grippy snow section. I'm not going to know until I've hit it, which of course isn't ideal. The whole point of pace notes is that you know what's coming before it's happened, and that's just not going to be the case if there's different conditions, so get ready for that. We're actually doing alright. I did have to pause there for a second as we almost became one with a snowbank, but at the moment we're doing alright. I think we're about 2 seconds down, 2.5 seconds down. We've gone wide there. That was so lucky. Oh my god, we slowed down way too much there because I thought there was a hairpin coming up for some unknown reason. Got a square left though coming up. We've gone wide into the exit and we're into a snowbank. We're going to have to reverse, and we're facing the wrong way now for some reason. Tell you what, I like the tyres. I know it's completely off topic given we've just ploughed straight into a snowbank, but I really like the tyres on this car in the snow conditions. They're black. I mean, that's sounds wrong. Sounds as if I prefer black to white. No, well, actually it's silver anyway, but I mean, that's by the by. I just really like it when the tyres and the tyre rims are black on the same car. It just looks nice. It's the same as like tyre walls as well. We're now 9 seconds down, unfortunately, to who I can only imagine is Pinto in the Mini, given he's usually the quickest on this game or in this championship. After that mistake, of course, at the junction. I knew it was coming. I just completely misjudged it. So we go up the hill here. Still down. Oh, we're going to survive. Yes, we are. Oh, my God. That mistake just didn't even need to happen. Why did that mistake even happen? Like, I was going in basically a straight line. I just lost concentration completely. We've lost about, well, according to the split, we've lost a second, but it also hampered us in terms of pace after the split as well. So realistically, we've probably lost more than that. Approaching the end then of the stage, will we get a green split at any point? Doesn't look like it. We're already further down than we were before, and that's not the line. This is the line coming up. Very long. Oh, flipping heck. We've actually hit the completely ignore that happened. We crossed the line still. We actually came third, and it wasn't even Zhao that came second. It was Serrano. So an all-mini top three. We are third out of that top three. Only 2.4 seconds though behind Serrano. So if we don't make a mistake in the next stage, we can easily pass him. We're a full 16 seconds though off Pinto. Zhao in fourth, then Flores, Leone, Ruiz, Reed, DeLuca, and Kral. Can we though be cleaner in the next stage? That's what that's really the question here. Stage number 2 then, of course we haven't been to service between stages 1 and 2. We only get one service, and that is between the second stage and the third stage, so after this we'll be able to repair our vehicle. Thankfully so far we haven't really required much of a repair. I mean, the bonnet's slightly skew width, but that'll just be a bodywork issue. I would be surprised if it's damaged anything else severely. That's just because we went into that bank at the junction. But in terms of lasting damage, unlike Finland, we haven't done any damage so far to any of the main parts of this car that probably won't be able to be repaired for the rest of the rally. I would have thought if we don't hit anything very hard, this stage we'll probably be able to fix the car completely in the mid-rally service. Nice camber throughout this stage so far. We've got 4 left coming up. I'm not going to lie to you, I do not remember this stage whatsoever at the moment, so whether it's the same or not, I'll probably watch it back in editing and think, oh yeah, it was actually the same, but at the moment I cannot, honestly, I can't tell you that it's the same in the slightest. That's our first green sector of the entire rally so far. We're up by a 10th through the first split. Very nice indeed. If we can carry on like this, we'll certainly grab second back. I don't know about first, in fairness, but we can certainly grab second back. It's just all about being clean and precise, really, through this rally. It's not really like, I don't know, it's not really like Germany. I mean, Germany allows mistakes left, right and centre. Whereas you can see, Sweden does not. Thankfully, we avoid hitting a tree and then roll on entry. How did that even happen? Oh my god, we're stuck in a snowbank. We're actually stuck in a... No, we're not. How did we actually... Physics, please explain to me. I'm not buying that dirt rally. The physics there should not have meant that we rolled or half rolled as we came back onto the stage. Like, I mean, I don't mind half rolling when it actually fit, like, when physics allow it, but that made no sense at all. And then we got stuck in the snowbank briefly. I thought I was going to have to recover the vehicle and lose 15 seconds, but thankfully not. We've probably already put the position of second now in jeopardy, as we're now 8.6 seconds down on the fastest time. We've made a mistake again. This stage is, this rally is just so difficult. And I remember saying at the time, when we did the 4th rally in this championship, I think, or was it the 3rd, that Britain was the hardest rally. It's just not. Sweden is about 10 times harder because the banks are so close and they're so unforgiving and they're everywhere. They're absolutely everywhere. There's not banks everywhere in Britain. I mean, they're in most places, but they're not everywhere. And they're more forgiving. Snowbanks just suck you in and stop the car, basically. Either that or they roll it. Like, it's so difficult. You've got to keep the concentration high, and as I'm talking over it, it's just so difficult to actually really keep the car between the white stuff, as I've just shown there. Thankfully we get away with that one though. We are very slow though through this stage. Again though, because snowbanks are so soft, I wouldn't say we've done much damage to the car realistically. I'd still say this is probably repairable, although we've gone wide again. Now that was weird because I was turning and the car just stopped turning. That felt like a steering failure actually. Only a few more corners before the end of the stage. It's been a pretty uneventful last split until then, where I literally had to use the handbrake in order to not go into the bank. We survive. Gonna come across the line, not crash into it this time, and we finish again 16 seconds off the leader. This time it's Pinto. Oh no, sorry, it's still Pinto first, but this time it is Zhao who came second, and he beat us by just under 5 seconds, and over a minute back to Leone, who was 4th. But Serrano, unfortunately for him, he was up in 2nd place, having a really good rally, you know, at first. And he's now down in 10th, smashed windscreen, losing him 6.5 minutes. I don't even know where to begin in pronouncing the name of this stage. Just give up. I give up already. As suspected, there's not much damage in terms of vital organs of the car. Mainly just stuff like bodywork and wheels. So we're going to show the crew recommendations, and it looks as if we can get to 100% for basically, well, almost 100% for basically everything. So, cool beans. Car's basically fixed. The bonnet's still a bit scratched, but who cares? Nevertheless, we are underway for stage number 3 for a stage that I cannot pronounce. Whatever the circumstance, though, we've got a battle on our hands for second place. I thought we'd have a battle on our hands for third place, but Serrano and his errors or his unluckiness gifting us a position. And we've now got to try and hold on to that position of second place from the Chinese driver in the Renault Alpine. And that is Zhao. Absolutely awful acceleration out of that corner just then. I think Pinto's long gone, in all honesty, unless he retires from the rally, which would be just even more bad luck for the Portuguese driver, having had 2 wins arguably snatched away from him in Monte Carlo, certainly in Britain, where he was leading until the final stage and then retired. This isn't one of the quickest of splits so far. I think the poor acceleration of this car hurting us slightly so far in this one. 4 seconds down, not the end of the world, but if we do keep up like that, then obviously we'll be about 16 seconds down like we have been in the first 2 stages. We need to pick up the pace, I guess, a little bit, because the only reason we've been so far down in the previous 2 stages is because of mistakes and snowbanks, whereas at the moment we're just down on pure pace. We haven't actually made a mistake yet. Almost a massive moment there. How we just survived that is quite beyond me, but getting very lucky there with that massive moment. Apart from that, though, it's been pretty smooth so far. Could be a green split here. Not quite. Only by a few thousandths, I think, because we were 4 seconds down before and we're still 4 seconds down, so... Red split again there, but only down by 0.8 of a second this time, so we're keeping it very close after a pretty poor first split. So we go wide a little bit there. They're all clipping a snowbank on the inside. That was lucky. We got our fair share of luck throughout this stage. 2 massive moments, really, and then 1 further one where it could have gone horribly wrong. But so far it's looking good. Just going to head to the finish now. Shouldn't be too many trials or tribulations on the way there. Don't quite keep it within 6 seconds. We are 7 odd seconds, I think, down in the end, but still a better stage than we have had before, and Zhao has disappeared as well. Obviously, Serrano has managed to fix whatever issues were troubling him in stage 2, so he's back up on the pace and up into 3rd round the stage, but no Zhao in the top 10. Flores still being affected by partial damage. Obviously, he was unable to fix the car completely in the service, and Zhao is actually out of the rally outright. Delaminated tyre, meaning that he has to retire. 40 seconds, though, off Pinto, but a full, what, 3.5 minutes in front of 3rd place, which is Leone. Reed in 4th. Then it's Ruiz and Serrano on the comeback. He's up into 6th now. So then it is time for the 4th and final stage. In all honesty, nothing really here to play for. To be honest, we're not going to win the rally unless it's gifted to us on a plate by Pinto, and in that case there still won't be anything to fight for because we've not got anyone around us. And a full 3 minutes and 20 seconds back to 3rd place in the rally after the retirement of Zhao. We have got a lot of time to play with and a lot of loneliness. I mean, if this was an F1 race, we'd be probably, what, putting it to scale, we'd be about 15 seconds maybe off the leader and about a full lap ahead of 3rd place. So we are very much on our own, very much distant. It gives us an opportunity really to reflect on this season so far and just enjoy the stage, I guess. To be honest, this is actually a very enjoyable rally, you know. I do actually like, you know, doing Sweden. It's just very difficult. It's a much more difficult version of Finland. It's just as pleasurable to drive, but it's extremely difficult in comparison. I've also got something in my eye currently, so I'm basically driving with 1.5 eyes worth of vision, which of course is not ideal, but we still seem to be doing alright for now. There's an ambulance there. I'm determined not to need to use that, although I appear to have tried my hardest by hitting the snowbank. Potentially going to get a green sector here if the rest of the split is quite quick, although it's not looking that way, especially with that sort of line. We do survive, though, as we climb the snowbank. Arguably, we didn't exactly ruin our chance of getting a green sector. We were still 4 seconds down. I still think we were probably too slow anyway to get a green sector there. But you know what? That's fine. I don't mind. 2nd place in the rally is going to cement our 1st place in the championship. This stage is enjoyable so far. This rally's been enjoyable. I've been spouting utter baloney throughout it as we hit another snowbank and just sort of run along it for a while. But it's all fine and dandy. I'm not particularly listening to pace notes at all, hence I'm going absolutely flat out. I've just lost all care, all motivation needed to really take this seriously now, because I've got no challenge from behind, I can't challenge Pinto in front, so it's just sort of a chill end to the stage really, a chill end to the rally, and all is nice, all is well. This is actually a really nice stage, really nice and flowing, quite quick. We've got a green sector from not caring at all. Typical, absolutely typical. Got a square right coming up here in about 6 years from now. Gonna have to handbrake that one, and we do. A bit wide still, not the optimum line, but probably would have been a lot worse. I'm just discovering really the benefits of the handbrake actually. It's very good for actually just slowing the car down, even if it's not really usable in terms of like a Scandinavian flick, is that what it's called? Because minis don't really do that, or really do handbrake turns. It is actually very useful for slowing down the car when you've gone too deep into a corner on top of the brakes. Although this is basically the last time we'll use this car, sadly, so it's a bit late to be finding stuff out like that, although I suppose we could equally just use snowbanks to slow down the car, that works as well. Coming through the penultimate split in a moment of this final stage of the entire championship. 4.7 seconds down, slightly slower through that split because of that mistake a few moments ago, but still all looking pretty good, all looking pretty well. This is a really fun stage to do. I reckon this has been the funnest stage that I've done, although we've absolutely messed it up for no apparent reason. How did we even do that? We were going in a straight line, literally in a straight line, absolutely bunned it up. It wouldn't be us without rolling the car at some stage in the rally. That's probably the biggest crash we've actually had all series so far, so big up the Mini for providing another fantastic moment. It's been a loyal servant for us since entering the garage 7 episodes ago. I don't know how long that is in real time. Probably like 3 months ago? No, not 3 months ago. 2 months ago maybe, as we burst our way through there far too quickly and hit the bank on the outside. But this Mini, it's been a loyal servant, and it's taken us to a championship win that we are only moments away from claiming, despite that roll, which has actually done surprisingly little damage to the car overall. Only a few corners though of this entire championship to go. It's been a nostalgic journey as this rally and this stage when we weren't flipping the car. But goodbye this Mini, goodbye this event. We win the championship, I'm fairly sure, unless we got docked like points for going into administration or something. But we lose the stage by 20 seconds, still somehow managed to come second in the stage, despite that fairly awful crash halfway through. Serrano's third in the stage from Leone, Ruiz, Visser on the comeback trail, then Kral, Flores still struggling, and unfortunately for the Scotsman, Reed down in 10th, losing 6 minutes and 14 seconds due to a tyre blowout. He was having a very good rally actually. Now as you can see, in terms of the rally overall, here is confirmation of how things end. The biggest margin of victory, certainly for Pinto this season, the furthest we've been back behind a leader all season, I would suggest. A full minute off the Portuguese driver in the end. Leone, though, a full 5.5 minutes off the winner. Incredibly split up top three. I mean, that is honestly probably the biggest gaps I've seen on this game. Only the top 7 stayed within 20 minutes of the winner. Quite incredible. Real rally of attrition. Leone does come third, the Italian. I think that's his best result of the season. Serrano managing to gain 2 positions in the final stage. He moves past his compatriot Ruiz and the Scotsman Reed into 4th. Kroll and Flores both up a position to 7th and 8th respectively. Then it's De Luca down in 9th and Visser rounding out the top 10. But look at that, the guy in 15th, Berg, the Norwegian driver, 39 minutes almost off the winner. Absolutely extraordinary. There though is confirmation of the championship, and basically confirmation that we'd won the championship before today. We do win it in the end by a full 16 points overall. Serrano comes third on 66 after the retirement for João, who's also leapfrogged by the Italian Leone, who takes 4th. João in 5th in the championship, then Reed, Ruiz, Flores, Kral, and Visser rounding out the top 10. There then confirmation we have won the Open Championship, and we've been promoted to the Clubman Championship. So basically we've ranked up in effect, we've got a higher prestige now in the rallying world. We're no longer open drivers, we are clubman drivers. Still not quite on the professional vibe, but doing the job nonetheless. I don't know what class that Rally Championship is in, but we'll find out, of course, next time. If you want this series to continue, if that is the case, then drop it in the comment section below. I would love to hear your thoughts on the future of this series. If you've enjoyed this episode, though, on us crowning ourselves as champion of the 1960s Open Championship, then do remember to drop a like, subscribe if you're new around here as well, and of course comment about enjoying the video if you enjoyed it that much, as well as telling me what your thoughts are on this series and its future in general. But it has been a pleasure ranting to you guys today. Have a good day, enjoy yourselves, and goodbye.